Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here. Welcome to episode number 34 of my Manchester United FIFA 16 Career Mode series. First up here, we do have a training session. We shall see the ratings there. Johannes Guy's pretty good rating. Also, Januzaj with the C. He's improving very, very well into an 80 overall player now. Got the very strong ball control and dribbling attributes. He should technically be a good player to use in-game if you use him correctly. He'll be a good winger with the dribbling and ball control in the 90s. So, yeah, Zlatan Ibrahimovic accepts a new contract. And before we get into the games, I will be offering more contracts to a couple players and, yeah, maybe leave some ideas on which other players that I should renew contracts, specifically guys that are running out the contract this year, like James Wilson. But we do have other strikers in the team. It might be hard for him to become a first-team player, just judging off his overall, more importantly, not just how much strikers we have. But what I did want to talk about is this series, and I suppose my career mode series in general, like my Bayer Leverkusen one as well. I've been really focused on Football Manager, and again, for you guys that are new to the channel, just subscribe because of FIFA 16 Career Mode recently, in the last month or so. I've always done Football Manager on my channel since 2012, and you can see from the name of my channel as well. My channel was created because of Football Manager. That's the reason I created it. So, yeah, I hope you guys understand that and don't always say, like, FIFA is better, which is a wrong statement anyway. Football Manager is so much more in-depth. Like, career mode, what you see in my videos is these training sessions and me playing games pretty much. And maybe squad reports and transfers when they're around as well. But, yeah, Football Manager is more in-depth than that. I'll correct that. I'll say my Football Manager videos are more in-depth than my FIFA videos. It's obviously up to personal preference if you think whichever game is better. There's people that think FIFA is better. There's people that think Football Manager is better. But in terms of the quality and depth of my videos, that would easily go to Football Manager because there's so much things to talk about and it's more than just playing the games. There's so much off-field stuff, squad management and tactics and everything about being a manager is absolutely amazing in Football Manager, and I cover that throughout my videos and it's really enjoyable. But yeah, on my career mode videos, this series specifically, would you like to see me change it up a little bit? Would you like to see me record the games live? Obviously, I'll have to change up my setup a little bit because my TV is not really in a position like next to my computer and microphone, so I have to turn things around a little bit, but we'll see how that goes down. Yeah, but right now, it's not really in a good position, so I'm not even sure 100% if I will be able to make a setup good enough where my microphone is in a good position and I can look at my TV without being in an awkward position myself, so I can feel comfortable. But would you like to see live games? Please leave your comments, as the final game in this video is my last clip I recorded, so I can start fresh potentially from the next episode recording live. Leave your feedback and I could potentially record more games. That could be a good thing, but there'd be one less game in an episode, or record more episodes specifically and upload more, as we'll score a very nice early goal here. So yeah, I want to let you guys know that as well. You got to keep that in mind. There would be one less game every episode, basically because when I do a post commentary like this, I can speed up the clips, and obviously I can't speed up the clips if I'm recording live, because then my voice will have to sped up as well. So leave your feedback, taking those things into account. If I continue like this, I'll be able to do three games per episode, but live will be 2 games, but probably more regularly. I'll probably be able to upload daily, most definitely. I'll be able to record more in bulk. But yeah, going to the 67th minute actually here. We're going to make some changes, 3 changes. I don't generally make 3 changes at once, but unfortunately Paul Pogba is injured, and hopefully he's not struck down with a permanent injury, because he's a key player for us. Of course, we do have backup, but it's more so he was a big signing for us, and he's the kind of signing we need to win the league and win Champions League. Just an absolutely amazing player. But later in the game now, Lacazette finds Martial, then Martial finds Memphis, and that almost felt too easy, made it 2-0, but that was a very beautiful goal as well with the passing. Obviously, we did have an extra man there playing it across. No one was marking Memphis, as Tottenham obviously were looking for a goal themselves, but it was a very nice performance here. We defended very well, that's for sure. Memphis, 2nd goal in the league this season. Would like a bit more, but again, away from home, I was happy with our performance today. It did obviously look like we dominated this game. Obviously didn't show too many chances, but again, struggling with possession, but it doesn't really affect too much because they pass a lot around the back. I've already mentioned that, and you probably already know that with FIFA 16, so that's, pretty understandable. So now we've got a Champions League game up next against Inter, very, very important, but Pogba's going to be injured for 3 weeks. So it's not a major injury, but we do have some important games upcoming that he's going to be missing out on, which is a bit unfortunate. Because he's a key player for us, and obviously he's that type of player that can win points on his own. But we still got 2 good midfielders in centre mid. Like, obviously, Rooney's technically a striker, but he can play centre mid. That's where we've been playing him, and he's been doing well for the duration of this career. Both him and Schweinsteiger, 88, so that should be good enough. And Lingard is training as well. He's got a new contract we offered him. So, important game coming up here. We do need to win, because the first 2 games in the Champions League were draws. This is a must-win for me, really. But now we shall check out the league. And for whatever reason, Sunderland. And when I talk about, when I was comparing Football Manager and FIFA, I talk about realism. Sunderland, first, after 9 games in the league. Leave your thoughts, what you think about that. I won't say what I think, because I know what I think personally. You can just see the stats, and the stats can kind of talk, or the table can kind of talk for itself, how realistic that is, with Sunderland being at the top of the table after 9 games. But we got a game at home here against Inter, but we do have to rotate a lot here. You can see a lot of players aren't at 100% fitness, so we got to make sure, like you just saw, Pogba got injured in the last game. We don't want to be risking more injuries, because that's a big injury we have, but we do have the backup now. We can afford to rotate, and we've got quality. You got De Chilio coming in. Philippe Anderson will come in for Memphis. I wanted to start Memphis, but again, I don't want to risk later in the season having like too much lower conditions, where it does affect results, like it did towards the latter stages of the previous season, which resulted in us dropping the title, really, and losing in the Champions League as well, which was unfortunate that we did. But I've definitely moved on from that. Most definitely. As Kondogbia on the ball here finds Warine. Warine plays it across the field to Montoya. Montoya far post. Oh no, what was that? How did he end up finishing there? Mauro Icardi in injury time. We defended pretty well for the whole half, and I thought that was going over the line, honestly. It's like Icardi came from nowhere, and he was able to find the back of the net. Second goal in Champions League for him personally. So I was a bit disappointed with that. This is a big game for us at home, and we definitely need a goal now going to the 60th minute, but it just wasn't happening. It was kind of this weird time for me now. FIFA was pretty much frustrating. You know, sometimes you just have a couple of frustrating games in a row, but then I just had to go to Zlatan and let him do all the work. There's not many players in our team that could have done that. He just used his strength pretty much there. Not many other players. I had no other idea. I was creating chances, but nothing. It came to nothing, really. Everything I'd done in this game so far. So we had to rely on Zlatan Ibrahimovic to find the back of the net. 1 goal in the Champions League. For him to break that as well, to finally get a goal this Champions League campaign. But Inter have a late chance. It's Jovetic with the header, I think that was. It went so close, coming off the bar, and we could have easily gone 2-1 down there. And very late in the game, we may have not found a way back. But it looks to be finishing 1-1 here. Inter did have a late chance. Good tackling there by Laporte. But again, it's a draw. It's 3 draws. You have no idea how frustrated I was. And see, you wouldn't really get that from these videos, I suppose, doing post commentaries. You wouldn't get the frustrations I have during games, as I do get, very frustrated when, I'm not really performing as I would like. Like that game, we should be winning at home, but again, it's another injury. It's hitting that time now. Both results, getting injuries as well. A lot of frustrating things are happening at the minute, and it takes away the enjoyability. Is that a word? Enjoyability of a game. Just how much I'm enjoying, playing FIFA. And when I don't enjoy FIFA, I kind of tend to not play it for a few days, and this was the case, and probably why I didn't upload, because I wasn't enjoying. So I wasn't really, I didn't want to do the commentary for this video because I wasn't really in the mood for it, because I wasn't enjoying playing FIFA. a couple days ago, and I haven't touched it for a couple days. But for now, I am showing you the youth squad. It's a pretty decent youth squad. We have compiled, and that's probably why I do get eventually bored of FIFA. Like I mentioned earlier, it lacks depth, career mode. We sign youth players, we train players now, which is a decent new feature, but it gets boring quick. That's why obviously I just simulate the training, because playing it is just, I think it's almost a waste of time. Like, I don't really have interest, and I just feel like it's wasting my time, as I'm very busy as well. I have a lot of things with YouTube, obviously, outside of YouTube as well, and I just feel it takes up time, the training, because you train 5 players, could take about 15 minutes or something like that, doing all the training drills. But next up, we have a game against Aston Villa. I was kind of thinking we could have a good game here. We do have to rotate our team though still. See, we're rotating every single game, and it's not just a couple players. It's like about 4 or 5 changes. I wouldn't say we're forced into. It's just the best option for, hopefully, as I mentioned, later in the season. That will help our cause, I feel. So even Mattiello is coming on, can play left back and right back, as you know. That's really why we signed him. Both him and De Chilio can play that kind of role. Luke Shaw's playing today, left back, but Mattiello on the right side. Rooney as captain. He'll be one of the few that will start, because he always works hard for the whole game, even if his fitness is going lower. But his fitness never really goes too low, because, as I said, he can go all day, really, which is a good thing. Unfortunately, we give away a free kick early here. So we're going to see what Aston Villa are going to do with this. Of course, away from home for them. But Ayew with the header, and it falls to Micah Richards. And somehow he smashes that into the back of the net. That was an amazing strike from a defender. You're going to look on the replay here, and I'm pretty shocked. Just get ready to be shocked. Look at this strike from Micah Richards. How about that? It was class without a doubt. But how often do you see a defender doing that? Not saying, defenders aren't capable of that, but most aren't. Most aren't capable of that. And I don't think Micah Richards has amazing shooting stats or something like that. But here, Memphis Depay strike the shot, but it was always going wide. It was like fading a little bit, and he's on the ball here again. He always does the same thing every single match. Plays it to Blind here, Daily Blind, and he completely stuffed that up. That's what I mean. That's why I feel when I make my signings and I talk about getting players that can score goals, Daily Blind, that effort from the finesse, really, really poor on his right foot. So we're going into the 85th minute now. We haven't been able to get an equalizer. I was so frustrated. Everything wasn't going our way. And of course, Ted would smash in their second, and that was basically game over. But look at the fitness of our players as well. It looked like we're hitting that stage very early this season, even when we are rotating. And I was so mad here, as you can see, just went in for the slide from Chris Smalling. I knew I was going to get a red card there. I almost wanted, you don't want to get a red card, but I just wanted to showcase my frustration in the game. I was actually tackling with my players everywhere, but I didn't really show that. I was so angry. With FIFA, sometimes I feel as though I can't play the way I want to play. It's just like we shouldn't be losing this game 2-0 against Aston Villa. That's why earlier in this series, people like saying play on Legendary. This game was like how I feel Legendary plays. And I'll have these games rarely on World Class, maybe a couple times in a season, or maybe 3 or 4 times. But on Legendary, it's almost every single game. But yeah, Man City only pick up a draw, so I suppose that's a good thing. But yeah, after this, I was really frustrated, and I was like, nah, I'm done with FIFA. But obviously, when I say that, I come back a few days after. But yeah, that's pretty much why I didn't make a video for a couple days, because I just personally wasn't enjoying it. And it's really, really early in FIFA to be not enjoying it, to already be giving up on it. Well, not giving up, or just taking a break from it, because it gets boring. I'm thinking about doing some online stuff as well. Because I asked you, obviously, early in this episode if you want to see some live commentaries, but still I'm not 100% sure. I just feel like I'm really enjoying Football Manager at the minute. So you're just going to have to, leave your feedback. And as you can see, as I mentioned before, Sunderland are killing it at the top of the table. And just like I said, looking at that feels so unrealistic at the minute. But please leave your feedback. As I said, not sure if I'll do some Ultimate Team stuff. But right now, you're going to heavily see some FM16 content. But if you do want to see more career mode videos, and if you would like to see them live commentaries, as I said, I have to change my setup. So you guys would have to really request that, like smash the likes on this video. But I suppose we'll see how it goes. And I'll see you guys in my next video.